This is Adam Brooks and I'm at the Bell Hotel tonight and I've been joined by Orla. Orla, why are you here today?
I'm here, Adam, because this is probably our sixth demonstration and the government don't seem to be listening. Everybody has been here 6 weeks running, of 6 different demonstrations, walking, marching up to the council offices, and last week the council unanimously voted to close this hotel down, yet a week later, nearly 2 weeks later, there is not a word from the government or from the Home Office. There have been demonstrations up and down this country all week. In fact, for the last 2 weeks, some pretty nasty demonstrations at the hands of the left. Nothing mentioned about them, and absolute radio silence from Keir Starmer and from Cooper. So what are they going to do? Are they just going to let us continue relentlessly? Because that's what we'll do if we have to, Adam.
Yeah.
That's
so
what we'll do.
Will you be here every week?
Every week. The next demonstration is on Friday. There is a national demonstration. Every hotel up and down this country, we are calling locals and residents of those towns and cities to come out, stand outside the migrant hotels and demonstrate peacefully, but tell the government that we will not tolerate the abuse and the rape and recently this week, strangulation of a 12-year-old girl in Nuneaton. We just won't tolerate it anymore. And why should we? Why are we being shut up? Why are we being told to be quiet? And why is no one listening? We're not going to stand for it.
Look, a lot of people, and you said it as well, are surprised that Keir Starmer hasn't come out and spoke to the nation. You know, these protests are going on weekly. They're growing. A Prime Minister with maybe a set of balls about him would want to address that, surely.
Well, I mean, you know, let's not forget something. The Prime Minister, his cabinet, who've got the audacity to call themselves our government, and every person in the House of Commons has a duty to stand up and say something about what is going on in this country. Let's not forget, they are funded by taxpayers. The police are funded by taxpayers, and the taxpayers are out on these streets saying, we are not happy. We won't tolerate what's going on. We won't tolerate the abuse that's happening to our little girls, and everybody is silent.
So what surprises me is that there are counter demonstrations of these protests. Now, we stand here in peace. I've been on all these protests, and we as local residents, I'm a father of 2 girls, are worried about unchecked, unverified men in this hotel. Yeah. It's all right, these anti-racism mob, to say we're being racist and we're targeting these migrants, but no one knows the backgrounds of these people, not the government, not anyone. No one knows their backgrounds.
Adam, week after week, day after day, we are hearing stories, horror stories about little girls being assaulted and abused. You know, at the end of the day, if there was nothing to report and we were all living alongside these migrant hotels and there was no crime, there was no assaults, you know, everyone was living peacefully, nobody would have a problem. But that is not the case.
See, a lot of the left on X will say, oh, it's just one migrant, you can't tarnish them all out, and you can't tarnish every migrant with that one's behaviour or alleged behaviour. But I've lived locally over the last few years, and I've had people come up to me, women, saying they've been flashed on Bell Common. Yeah. Their kids have been followed from school or pressured to give out their Snapchats. These migrants seem to love Snapchat. Yeah. Young girls...
Well, they can't be traced with Snapchat.
Right, okay. So young girls being harassed. I mean, are you hearing the same sort of thing?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, the things that we have heard. So, we have the case with the girl here, the 14-year-old girl with the Ethiopian migrant. That is now, he's going to court this week or the week after. Fine. But there are loads and loads and loads of women that have come to me and said that they've been to the police, they have made complaints, and the police have basically told them to go away and keep quiet. So I think we are going to find, as the next weeks and months go on, that many, many, many more scenarios and assaults have happened and nobody has listened. This is going to be the next rape gang inquiry, because we are going to find out that this is happening and is absolutely relentless across this country. And when is anyone going to listen, and when is anyone going to stop this?
Look, how I'm going to end this interview is, if you look behind me and look at the sort of people, Orla and the women behind, this is no far-right rally, this is no far-right protest. These are parents, grandparents that are just worried for their children. I'm one of them. I turned up with a sign that said, not far right, just a worried father. You cannot tarnish us. We will not be quiet any longer. And the genie has been let out of the bottle now. It's not going back in. Something needs to be done, and Keir Starmer, you need to address this. Yvette Cooper, you need to address this.